Hello student, morning to one and all. I'm Dr. Tariq, Department of Biotechnology, Islamic College, Onembadi. MSc student, please listen. Microbial technology in your subject. Previously, we discussed about single cell protein and some other microbial food components. Now, uh, mushroom cultivation process and methods, etc. So actually, we know the mushroom. It is one of the fungus species in advanced higher plants. So fungus la advanced வந்து mushroom cultivation. A mushroom is a kind of fungus with the Latin name of Agaricus bisporus. In mushroom cultivation, two waste products such as chicken manure, horse manure, straw, gypsum, and wastewater from their own composting are used to produce a high quality substrate from which the mushrooms will grow. So 100% contamination இல்லாமல் ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரா மூலயமா வேஸ்ட் மெட்டீரியல் மூலயமா க்ரோ ஆகக்கூடிய ஒன் ஆஃப் த மேஜர் சோர்ஸ் ஆஃப் தி மஷ்ரூம் cultivation. This is called a mushroom cultivation. So these are all the pictures shows that the edible mushrooms like button mushroom and chippy oyster mushroom and another one is the umbrella like structure called one of the very famous edible mushrooms also is there. So these are all the edible mushrooms. Now actually the mushroom is a fungi. It's producing a fleshy fruiting body, especially one consisting of a stalk with a umbrella cap. It has two parts of caps like structure is known as pileus attached with thread like structure that is called mycelia. The mycelia absorb nutrient from the soil. It do not require sunlight for their growth. Actually, the lot of types of species are available in the market. Particularly, the some of the types of mushrooms available in our area. For example, the brownish color is oyster mushroom, straw mushroom. Another one is reishi mushroom. And then enochitak mushroom. It is also the edible one. And the fifth one is shiitake mushroom. And finally, wood ear mushroom, like wood ear mushroom. So the structure of the mushroom. Actually, the diagrammatic representation present a root like mushrooms called mycelial thread, and then attached with the cap that is called vulva, and it's connected to the stem like stalk that is called a stem. Another one is a ring like structure that is annulus. And finally, the cap, that is called gills. The cap in upper side is called scales, that is called pilus. Then we go into the introduction to the mushroom. A mushroom typically consists of a stalk and a cap pilus. Another one is, as the mushroom develops from the understand mycelium and pushes upward, it is protected by a thin membrane which eventually reputes living fragments on this cap. Another membrane attaching to cap to the stalk also repute ruptures, allowing the cap to expand and leaving a remnant ring, that is called the annular ring, is on the stalk. The mushroom is called as radiating rows of gills are found on the caps and the surface. These bear the club-shaped reproductive structures, that is called basidia, which from minute spores known as basidiophores, of which a single mushroom may produce millions of spores. Nutritional value of mushroom. Actually, the mushroom is high rich protein. The most mushrooms have a high protein content, usually around 20 to 30% dry weights. Fiber contents that helps lower cholesterol and is important for the indigestive systems. Vitamin D essential for the absorption of calcium. Vitamin D, so absorption of calcium. Vitamin D, essential for the absorption of calcium. Copper aids in helping the body absorb oxygen and create red blood cell. Selenium, an oxidant that helps neutralia free radicals. Also, they create red blood cell. Selenium, antioxidant that helps neutralize free radicals, such preventing cell damage and reducing the risk of cancer and other diseases. Mushrooms contain more selenium than any other form of produce. Potassium, an extremely important mineral that regulates blood pressure and keeps cell functioning properly. Other important minerals such as phosphorus, zinc, and magnesium. Low level of fat, calories, and sodium present on the mushroom. Completely no cholesterol in this mushroom. Actually, the edible mushrooms, like these are the edible mushrooms. Edible mushrooms are consumed by human for their nutritional value, and they are occasionally consumed for their supposed medicinal value. Edibility may be defined by criteria that include observe of poisonous effects of human and desirable task and aroma. Edible mushrooms include many fungal species that are either harvested wild cultivated. The agaricus bisporus. It is also known as the white cultivated mushroom. Agaricus bisporus is grown on compost, cereal straw, and animal manure. Agaricus bisporus is the most extensively cultivated mushroom in the world, according to the 38% of the world production of cultivated mushroom. Valeriella valvaceae, the Chinese or paddy straw mushroom. Valeriella valvaceae is a high temperature mushroom known largely in tropical and subtropical regions of Asia, example China and India. This mushroom can be grown account of 16% of total production of cultivated mushrooms in the world. The poisonous mushroom like these kinds of pictures shows that all kinds of pictures called as a poisonous mushroom. The mushroom life cycle. The matured mycorrhiza is present in the structure. Then you go to spread out the spore, and spore will be generated, that is called germination. After that, any mycelium, the mushroom primordia is going on the full and young development cells. The key steps in mushroom production. The key genetic steps in mushroom production, a cycle that takes about 1 to 3 months from start to finish depending on species. Identification and cleaning objectives and building with temperature, moisture and salinity. Sanitary conditions can be controlled with grow mushrooms in choosing a growing medium and strong the raw ingredients in a clean place and cover the productive from drying. Actually, the pasteurizing, the sterilization, any kinds of methods, that which tablet, which mushrooms will be grown, exclude other fungi and the world complete for the same species. Once the selected fungi is colonized the substrate, it can fight of the temperature competition, the seedling, and maintain their temperature, and the harvesting and eating, and finally the cleaning and facility of beginning the exercise. Actually, the spawn preparation is in separate DNA. The preparation of predocament of spawn, mother spawn can be produced from the mushroom research center in the primary culture, and spawn can be prepared by following procedure. That means select the good quality, boil the grains, mix it with 3% of chalk powder. Number 4, 250 gram of grain and created the dry glucose. Finally, the sterilize the bottle and autoclave is 125 degree 15 minutes. The transfer few grains with mycelial growth and spread substrate bowl under aseptic condition in the cotton. Shift the inoculated bottles to spawn running from temperature range 25 to 30 degree. The world of the Indian mushroom production scenario. The mushroom production has increased 30 fields from 1978. The leading procedure came China, America, Netherlands. The NMR state that have revenue generated from the global mushroom market with the help of 36,825 tons US dollars in the 2016 onwards. What are mushrooms types for the commercial production? Button mushroom is edible. Portobello mushrooms also edible. Oyster mushroom also eligible. Paddy straw is also the eligible. How to cultivate? The spawn procurement, substrate predominant fraction, spawning the substrate, crop management also. The link will be present in this slide. You have to further details, you can go and know. The nutritional value of the mushroom. Rich in vitamin C and B complex. Protein content between 1.6 to 2.6%. Then niacin content is about 10 times higher than the vegetables. Folic acid present in oyster mushrooms helps and obesity and disease due to its low sodium potassium ratio, search fat and the calorific value. This is the homemade and preparation of stock mushroom. It is highly valuable. It is one of the country will develop the stock mushroom. It will be costliest and very sensitive one. Thank you one and all.